Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time tuning in, I appreciate it. Maybe you'll stick around and hit the subscribe button. So it's July 4th, so happy Independence Day, America. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and this is my 7th inspection for 2021. For the most part, I've been on a 2-week cycle. The last inspection was June 21st, which was 13 days ago. The Weather Bug app has the temperature at 74 degrees. It feels like 74 degrees. And the humidity is 69%. The Accurate Backyard Weather Station has the temperature at 79 degrees, feels like 82, and the humidity at 68%. So it is definitely still swarm season, folks. I thought things died down a few weeks ago, but I caught our 6th swarm about a week ago on July 28th. Let's just do a quick recap of the hives. I'm keeping my distance because there is a lot of flight activity, especially on what is now hive number, well, the 2 nukes you can probably see over my shoulder, hive number 5 and hive number 11, I believe. Transferred a few frames into 5 to get them queen right. They've been struggling, and then made a split, which is hive 11, but I'll talk about that here in a second. All right, so 2 weeks ago, or a day shy of, hive number 1 was queen right with a few swarm cells. I added a medium box, so I'm kind of going into hive number 1 today expecting to find an unmarked queen because they may have swarm, which may have or may be the swarm that I caught last week. Hive number 2 was queen right. I marked her for the first time finally. However, they did have multiple queen cells, so they're another swarm possibility. Hive number 3 was queen right as well. Ton of solid brood. They had some queen cells as well that were in development. So again, hive 3, they may have swarmed also. Hive number 4 had a lot of nice brood, ton of bees. They were getting very, very full. They had some queen cups in development, which is pretty normal, but no indication of turning those cups into cells because they didn't have an egg or a larva. So I'm going to check on that today. Hive number 5, like I said in the intro, I added 2 frames from, I can't remember right now. Actually, number 2. I added 2 frames from number 2 that had quite a few queen cells on it to get them queen right. Hive number 5 is the very, very last nuke right there. A lot of nice activity. The frames that I added did have a lot of cap brood, so given that it's been about 2 weeks, I imagine some of that cap brood is hatched, which is the flight activity. But definitely going to check on them to see if one of the queen cells hatched, made it, returned, and started to lay, hopefully. Hive number 6 was queenless, just as aggressive as usual, which is getting kind of old, but they had about a dozen queen cells, so given that it's been about 2 weeks, I imagine one of those queen cells has hatched by now, some very mature queen cells at that. Hopefully they hatched, made it, returned, and started to lay. Hive number 7, let's see, they newly requeened themselves within the last month or so, so they should kind of be stabilized by now. But given the time of year, swarm season and everything, I always check to see if the hives are queen right by finding eggs if I can't find the queen themselves. So hive number 7 will be a kind of a normal routine inspection. Hive number 8, let's see, they were queen right, however they had some very mature queen cells. I moved, maybe that's what I did, I moved some of those frames, yeah, that's right, from number 8 into number 5. And then we have hive number 8. They were queen right with very mature queen cells. Hive number 8 is this swarm that I removed and relocated from Maysville, I believe. Maysville or Bear Trail, one or the other. We'll figure that out later. But anyway, found the parent queen, caged her, found queen cells, very mature queen cells during the inspection, so they were going to swarm no matter what. Just so happened to get into a gentleman that's getting into beekeeping out of Maysville, and basically got his equipment, made him a nuke, so he has some bees with a queen that is very, very, very good at creating a colony and drawing out frames very quickly. That moves us over to number 9. Number 9 is the one hive that's still in a single medium box. They have quite a few frames of nice brood, but it's been a struggle to figure out how to get them into like a deep box. So given the 2 swarms that I have right now in the backyard, one has 5 frames, the other has 4 frames in the swarm trap. So between the two, I have 9 deep frames. I think I'm just gonna make a determination of which swarm looks stronger and probably end up killing one of the queens, which I hate to do, and combining the 2 swarms that I have in the backyard with hive number 9 that's in the medium box. So I have to find that queen as well, and 3 queens, 2 have to go, essentially. Combine all the bees, let them figure it out, and then basically that's my way to get them into a deep, and then I'll keep the medium in place. So there'll be a deep with a medium box. And then hive number 10, I didn't find the queen last time. However, they did have a very mature queen cell. So for this inspection, I'll be checking to see if that queen is hatched, made it, returned, and hive number 10 is queen right. Okay, pretty lengthy. Pretty lengthy inspection, and I just stopped to look over my shoulder because that is a familiar sound, which is a sound of a hive swarming. So this happened probably a month or just over a month ago. I was out here doing my inspection video, or I was out here doing my introduction video and happened to come out to a hive in mid-swarm. So in fact, let's go check that out real quick. Hopefully this comes up on video. But yes, that is most likely a hive swarming. All right, let's get a closer look, and maybe like last time, if I hang out for a few minutes, I will find where they're settling to. I don't think that's going to come up on camera, but if you can see that amount of activity in the sky, yeah, they are swarming. If you look right there. All right, well, let's get a little closer look. All right, so the usual path that I've taken in the past to get a closer look behind these bushes here, but that stuff is so thick that I can't get back there. So I'm just going to take the regular path behind the colonies. And I hate that this is probably not going to come up on camera, but if you can see this or not, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to them, and I'm looking straight into the sun. But there's a whole bunch of bees gathering right there. If you can see that tall pine tree, if I was a betting man, I'd say they're settling over there somewhere. And if we look over to the colonies here, trying to judge which one's doing what, kind of looks like they're coming out of hive number 6 again, which is, that was the last colony that I witnessed swarm the last time. They ended up landing in that pine tree over there. So let's see if we can see anything a little better. Probably not. But yeah, no kidding. You can look through the trees. I don't know if this is going to come up, but it looks like they're landing over there somewhere. Let me try and walk around and see if we can get a better look real quick. Alright, just to wrap up the introduction video, one of the hives is definitely swarming, and I know this probably is not going to come up on camera at all because it's hard for me to see. But if you look, hopefully this is lined up directly where my hand's pointing. You have this tall tree right here, this bush right here, right through the center, and I know this probably won't come up like I said, but right through the center you can see a mass of bees flying around. And yeah, even more right there. Actually, I can, no kidding, I can see where they've landed, and that is just an impossible place to get to. But you know what, I might I might just try. I can see them landing in a tree branch right there. All right, let's give this one more attempt to get over there now that I can see where the swarm's at. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get to them. It's real thick over there, which is why I think I can't, but let's just give it a shot. Well, how about that? Through a little perseverance, and I'll show you right now, this is all blackberry bushes, vines, whatever you want to call them. Just ended up walking through all this, which as you can see is pretty darn thick. But yeah, sure enough, there you go. There's a swarm settling in on top of that tree branch there. Hopefully you can see that. Yep, still swarm season. Okay, well, that's the second time this year I've come out to make a introduction video for the inspections that I'm about to do, and walk out to find one of the colonies in current swarm mode. So pretty cool to see. I really wish I could get the camera a little closer, but I can't. I might just drag the ladder back here with one of my swarm traps, put a few frames in it, and just like last time, give them a few hours and they'll make their way into the swarm trap. So more to follow up on. Probably can't see the bee yard, but the bee yard's like right there, and I think that is the tall tree that I was referencing, or between those two or something. But yeah, sure enough, swarm. Get a better look. It's a pretty decent sized swarm too, settling in right there. All right, well, how's that for an introduction video? Come out, give a little bit of a backstory of the previous inspection, which was 2 weeks ago, and end up showing y'all a active swarming colony. Pretty cool. All right, now I just need to inspect the hives and figure out what to do with them. Last time this happened, that's exactly what I did. I let them settle, gave them a few hours, got through the hive inspections for the week, and then basically came up with a plan later on in the day to capture the swarm, and that sounds like what I'll probably end up doing this time too. And you can see there's a whole bunch of flight activity. They're settling in. It'll take them a few hours, but nonetheless, gives me some time, come up with a plan, inspect the colonies, and figure out what to do with them. All right, hey, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Everybody that subscribes, we take it as you saying thank you to us for the content that we share. Sometimes the content's a little more interesting than just routine hive inspections. For instance, you can watch a colony swarm into a tree.